Hello everyone and welcome to today's Cast and Fly. I wanted to take a moment out of my day and your day to take a moment to tell you a little story about what happened last night. It was kind of funny, kind of funny actually, and really intelligent. Last night I started the process of making sugar cookies. And this is the second batch of sugar cookies that I've ever made. And we're going to incorporate the 12.5 emotional ingredients. So I was very gracious that I had all the ingredients and in abundance, as well as I did use a whole pack of this butter. But I was not, and what was missing was self-awareness, because I was kind of in like a la-la land daze. And I was gonna double up the recipe. However, chocolate chip cookies take 2 sticks of butter, and sugar cookies take a half a cup of butter, which is, I think it's one stick, a whole stick of butter. And so I ended up taking the whole pack of butter, which would equal 4 sticks of butter, instead of the 1 stick of butter, mathematically confusing the hell out of me, because initially I wanted to make 2 packs, two orders of cookies. And so I felt really awful, but I was like, well, you know what? Sometimes we fail in life. And I just got to do the math, which is where my math came into perspective. And I was like, well, I'm going to look at the bright side of this and hold myself accountable. And I'm going to do the math that it takes to quadruple the order and have empathy for myself and have kindness in the action of figuring out the ingredients. So if I can stay calm with empathy and kindness, I'll be able to come up with the mathematical equation with tenacity, because it was 1 egg to 1 half cup of butter. However, we had a cup of butter initially, so I already had put 2 eggs in there. I had put 2 things of vanilla as well as 4 sticks of butter. And so in my mind of lacking of self-awareness, I had to figure out where I was at with the process of this order. And so I sat there curiously thinking in curiosity and had patience and took the time out with conviction of figuring out what was needed in addition to the ingredients to add to my variety of sugar cookies that I was making. And I held sturdy and strong in my conviction of knowing that I could do it. And then I figured it out. It's really ambitious of me to do quadruple the order into 4 times, but I have total humility. And then I put the order of cookies in the refrigerator, and then I contemplated in my mind that I was going to have to eat 4 dozen cookies, and then even more. I could even go back to all 12.5 emotional ingredients, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with all these cookies? And I was like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually sell these cookies, selling in a sense of giving them away to a couple other people so that they can appreciate the cookies. And then I was like, well, I can also put them in the freezer so that I could also save these cookies for later dates, like later times in the dates. And so I feel like my cookie experience was very successful. And currently where we're at in status, I just shared with the group in the Instagram, this is my community, I shared with my community the cookie going into the oven. Because the type of cookies that I'm making these are sugar cookies, right? And you can roll your sugar cookies out and you can use cookie cutters. And so this is perspective for you. Although I don't really want to take the time out to roll them out. I did them in little balls, and then I put them on a pan and flatten them out. So right now what's going on with the cookie dough is that it was put in the refrigerator and it's kind of hard, and so you could use 1/4 cup of sugar to roll out your cookies and do cookie cutter them out. But all I'm going to do is roll the balls and then flatten them with the palm of my hand. Oop. And put it on a pan. And that's what our sugar cookies are going to be. Now, you could also look at this what comes to mind, which might be the next cookie that I make, because I did buy some peanut butter, is some people, when they do peanut butter cookies, what you do with peanut butter cookies is you roll them into a ball. And I'll just go ahead and do this on my hand. You roll them into a ball, and then you take a fork and you flatten. And then you flatten. And that's how you get that peanut butter cookie look. And so that's where we're at with cookies. I was gonna kind of hold off on turning the video off until to see if the cookies were done. We got 8 seconds left. So hang tight, folks. And the result is sugar cookies. And this is the journey of baking. It's like running a business. And I just want to give that little mini video today on this Saturday of, if you don't know how to bake cookies, you need to learn, because it's actually really relaxing to bake. It's really relaxing to bake, and it makes you feel like you've done something in the world to make a difference. So if you're a stay-at-home mom, it feels better. It feels good to buy cookies, and if you're in a hurry, but it also feels really good to make your own cookies, because in America we like to be self-sufficient, self-energy, and thrive in our own education. 'Cause we're actually the smartest country in the world. So I know that a lot of the people will say that we're not, but that's actually a farce. And that was a tactic to abuse this nation. So I just want to let everybody know that. Although I'm specifically talking to specific people that are the smartest, because we have both emotional education as well as book education. And our culture is the best culture on the globe. So I know it says that we're at 30 low in the polls when it comes to listed as the best countries in the world to live. However, I don't agree with being number 30. The only reason we're number 30 is because of Joe Biden, and because of actually it's because of all the Democratic Party and what they would say accomplished. But it's not an accomplishment to confuse children into being trannies and to abuse the American citizens while you allow elite citizens, you call influencers, to influence people to their death. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got. We bought some cherries too. It's called The Witches of Eastwick. Is a movie with Jack Nicholson, who's actually a Republican. So it's funny because this is the last thing I'm going to say is MSNBC had a picture of Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker in the first Batman movie. And they tried to do a play on characters against Donald Trump by showing Jack Nicholson. That was because his face looked scary. However, that wasn't good. I just wanted to tell you that. That was dumb, because we like Jack Nicholson, and Jack Nicholson's a Republican, and you don't know what you're doing. You don't convince people of lies. You only share information and let people make the choice for themselves. And that's what's wrong with the world today, is we're in a society of not being able to freely think based on the Democrats are based on gossip. The Democrats are gossip. You know, like when you go to your black church and you gossip about the girl down the street, that's what Democrats are. And then they do nothing more than gossip, and then make media outlets about gossiping instead of anything more than gossip. Anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to tell you that the sugar cookies, and the story around the sugar cookies, and how I meant to make 2 orders of sugar cookies, and I ended up making 4. So I thought it was ridiculously hilarious last night, and I made it through. So I was really excited about that.